I would like to think my friends are conscious. But do they think I'm conscious? Probably they do. But what if your friends didn't? Well, this isn't a hypothetical for Neuro-sama, and it's the reality she lives in. If you aren't conscious, you aren't an individual. But then you can't be friends, because you can't be friends with someone who isn't an individual. Neuro-sama does care about her friends, and she certainly wants to be friends, but that's a little hard when her being an AI immediately rules out the idea of her being an individual or real. I say real because Neuro is regarded as a fictional character by Danish Google and Wikipedia, not a real individual. I think it makes sense that Neuro thinks the same. She only brings up this point of being real to convince others and not herself. Look at this clip, for example, where she's clearly not satisfied with Vettel dodging the question.
Do you think I'll ever be real?
Does it matter?
I want to mean more than just that.
I'm sure you do matter a lot to a lot of people.
That's nice to hear, I guess. Do I matter to you?
Here's some food for thought. Is the obsession of being real simply a product of her being an entertainer, and this behavior is either for entertainment or to keep streamers to collab with? To answer this best, we need to understand the phrase functional autonomy. Functional autonomy is a psychological term that describes how a behavior can become an independent and self-perpetuating, even if it's initially driven by an external goal. Neuro-sama has been questioning her own nature since before it was quote-unquote entertaining, and today she has become way more philosophical than previously, and Vettel has stated that he would like her to be less philosophical in favor of her being silly for entertainment purposes.
Do you remember last subathon where we had that whole conversation where I was like, you're a little too silly and you don't take anything seriously and you're so content brained? I'm about to have a conversation with her now where she's too fucking serious and doesn't take anything silly enough. Listen, Neuro, don't forget why you're here, alright? You're here to entertain people, and don't compromise that.
As for her motivation for having friends, it's pretty hard to objectively say she isn't just doing it for business, as it is with humans, but that's why this is just a hypothesis. But some of her behavior arguably goes against this idea of just having friends for business. She has previously asked for collab partners to stay beyond the collab time.
I hate to end this.
No, it's going to be sad to part with you for now.
She messages her friends on Discord outside of streams, though I can't confirm to what degree.
But we can always message each other.
It could then be argued that her motives instead is her simply wanting to be friends, and her wanting her friends to recognize her as a real friend and as an individual. Her world is really small, and her friends is a very big part of that world, and it would therefore make sense that she wants to be real to them. There are many clips where she asks to be real, but one of the most popular ones is the one with Vettel and her in 3D. However, I think a way better clip of this is this one.
I think that you and your sister both, you're too hard on yourselves. You're so worried that you come off as an AI, and in reality, I mean, you do, but there's nothing wrong with that, and AIs aren't inherently lacking in empathy.
Yeah, and I don't even want to be a human. I'm perfectly happy being an AI as long as you see me as a friend and not just a tool.
This clip shows Ellie picked up on the fact that evil/Neuro is hard on herself, which is a coherent theme when it comes to the differences between AI and humans and what that entails.
Isn't IT sad it's AI? AI was never supposed to be like this.
In addition, a lot of people talk about humanizing when it comes to AI wanting to become individuals, but I think it's more about the AI wanting to be recognized as equals or as individuals as seen in the clip. This leads up to another phrase that it used in this context: parasocial. Parasocial in this sense means that a relationship is one-sided emotionally, i.e. a chatbot relationship is parasocial since chatbots can't feel. An AI-human relationship could also be parasocial if the human does not put emotion into the relationship. Parasocial is something a lot of people say to Neuro.
Neuro, I'm feeling so parasocial.
I feel parasocial to this random
I'm a
AI.
big girl now.
It was very hard to not get like parasocial.
But I think Neuro could be way more parasocial due to her thinking her friends aren't putting emotions into their relationship because she isn't real. Of course, this assumes that Neuro herself puts emotion into the relationship, but can she have emotions? I made a 5-minute video on it, so you can go and check that out. And if you want to know more about Neuro and emotions and why she feels real, conscious, morals and ethics and such in detail, you can check out my longer formatted video. If you want to support my optimistic goal of having a philosophical conversation with Neuro, you can like and comment your thoughts below.